Hey guys, hopefully we're here. Got a little bit of time. See if I can um, make a little progress on the demon, the Balor, 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 Balor. Indeed. Okay. Wonder what happens if I take a wash and go over that. Just a regular black acrylic wash. Actually, I use well. That scared me. Hmm. Well, we'll go ahead and put a varnish on this guy. See what we're working with. What adjustments, if any, are needed? Quick varnish. That's something in there. I'm not really sure what it is. At least I had the foresight to put some thinner or something in there with it. I think it's varnish. The varnish I used earlier looked really good. I think it was satin. Kind of a homemade satin, I guess, because it has about 3/4 to 4/5, something like that, ratio of Liquitex matte varnish. Yeah, I want to say Fine Touch or Master's Touch. I have a really bad habit of spraying varnish. Um, I don't know why I do it with varnish and not other paints, but I'll spray it before I kind of evacuate what's left in the bottom of the cup and just sprayed water on it. Or thinner, cleaner water. Some more satin varnish, whatever was mixed in the bottom of the cup. It's drying pretty quickly, so bring it on thick. I think I know how to fix that color. I have an idea anyway. I just want to touch of this color. And I'm just going to gently mix it in. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, man, I appreciate the support, man. Um, but thanks for chiming in when you join the chat. It's hard to keep up when someone's watching sometimes when you're just starting out. You got any questions? You want to see the piece up close a little bit better? Working on the face right now. Been through a lot of um, waiting on this guy. These black lining in the wings and the crimson crevices here is um, an oil wash that I've been letting dry for um, like 3 days. Just able to start working on it again. Um, Real happy with it so far, but still got some work to do too. Right now, I'm trying to get that blend right on this head. It's getting really close. If you can see the colors just a little bit off there. Um, yeah, I'm not through with it. I appreciate that. It was really kind of a luck of the draw with the airbrush. I have a technique that I use where I hit the yellow um, on the bottom and kind of work my way up into a darker color, hitting red on top and then a light transparent black to um, kind of give the effect of, you know, it's cooling off and about to turn into smoke. Um, and the sword just kind of started looking really good. I was planning on actually taking it and making the same black metal that you're seeing um, all over, and then kind of fading it into a yellow, orange, and then red to make it look as it's getting hotter and turning into the flames. Um, and I probably should have done that work before I attached it, but sometimes the inspiration doesn't come until you've already started making other progress or something. I can always remove the arm and reattach it, but yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Put a link or something. I'll check it out. And this is something that I've been working on during my downtime. I don't know if you, I guess if you're into Space Marines, you're probably familiar with the Stormcast Eternals. I've got a few Warhammer sets I've been playing with these guys. This is one that I painted. Oh wow, what happened to my hammer? Ah! Oh no! Oh, you know what? I bet I dropped this guy yesterday. He fell. I don't really remember the circumstance. I've been painting with my daughter all weekend. She's been kind of hanging out and taking part. Yeah, I'm trying to watch her or something. I just noticed. I turn around and I noticed it's on the ground. And I painted this a week or two ago. I think it turned out really good, but the gold was kind of muted. And I tried after I got some feedback on Reddit to do some non-metallic metal, and it inspired me to go ahead and try this guy, which he's probably only about maybe 50% done. There's still a lot of work on blending and so forth, but um, he's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot of things doing this. Let's see if I can get it closer. It's not a lot of the fine work hasn't been done. I've got paint everywhere paint needs to be in the color that it needs to be, except for the metallic scales on the, I don't know, loincloth. Um, but you can see it's still rough. Um, rough blends. Somewhere I'm starting to refine them a little bit better, but some places, but most of the circle blends and um, small area blends are still a work in progress. And those two guys have just been kind of work I'm doing while I've been kind of waiting for the oil wash. Well, excuse me, this guy. the first guy I did a couple weeks ago. And here's the base for it. He'll kind of sit in the base for a moment, but without some kind of adhesive you don't want to stay. And this would be his other arm. Let's see if I can get all of this to stick together for just maybe 20 seconds or so. Arm in, kind of. I've been putting it in there so much. It's starting to, like, it's not snug anymore. Anyway, kind of get the gist of it there. And of course, I probably need to work on the flame still, brighten them up on the bottoms, make the yellow like hotter looking, a little bit more orange in the transitions. But I mean, it completely sells the fire look already. The highlights on the metal. Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate that, man. You know how, I don't know if you've ever posted on Reddit or like looked at the photos on Reddit and zoomed in, and you can hold something like, so this is table ready, right? You hold something at 4 inches away and it looks pretty good. Let's look at the ones on the back because they're a little more established. So you look at it and it looks, you know, it looks pretty good. And I'm comparing it to a picture that I took of this miniature with, and you can even see if I can get the angle right, which I didn't use these lights, but you can kind of see what I'm going for here. There's still a lot of work to do on these transitions. This is supposed to make like a more of actually, I don't know if I got the picture scrolling through, but anyway, once you get up close though, so let's say I took a still and you zoomed in, like you can really start to see how rough that is. Let me do a manual zoom for just a second here. Over. Yeah. So now it's a good bit closer. And you don't quite need a magnifying glass to see how rough it is. And when it takes a magnifying glass to see how rough it is, that's when I feel like I'm starting to get, you know, really closer to it. But yeah, so it looks really good far away. But once you take a still of it that you can zoom in, it's like, whoa, what's going on? You know, like look at his head. I'm sitting here just tearing my own work apart. But it's how they all look at this point in the process. Like I'm not discouraged by it looking rough. Some plastic cement could work for that looseness. Well, you talking about the looseness in the Balor model? Um, there shouldn't be any looseness in this guy. He's on. The Balor itself, I have it taken apart because I'm not ready. I'm not going to be able to paint things that are behind, say, the sword, or for instance, I removed a painting support from this guy this morning. I had a painting support that was glued in to his, we'll just say his underneath, so that I could hold it like this and paint it. When I removed that, a big piece of super glue had come off and chipped the paint and pulled it back all the way past over here where this black is, and you could even see it. Like, first I was like, oh, well, nobody will ever see that, but you can actually see it from outside the model. It's nice to be able to touch that up without having to worry about, oh, is something going to be in the way or whatever. So I know that it's loose here, and I thought about maybe super gluing it so that I could remove it, but I had this whole internal debate earlier this morning on stream. I was like, well, what benefit do I really get from having him assembled right now? The fact that I could show him off a little bit easier. And he will be assembled within the next day. Oh, you were? Cool, man. Thanks for the support, dude. Thanks for chiming in and following the progress, man. Is there ever any way I can help you or support you or be just like hanging out and having someone to paint with. Um, I thought about when I originally started doing this, like how to frame my channel and encourage people to come watch me because, I don't want to pretend that I'm some great painter or that I know more than the next person. I have access to the same teaching tools and materials everyone else does. So, I really want to frame this experience as, come paint with me. Let's do it. While you're painting, let's paint together. We'll learn from each other's mistakes. And I might even learn something from a suggestion. Yeah, and well, it's a great tactic until you run into issues like the fact that you have to blend this head together to make it work. And it's close. It's still going to take me a little bit, and I may just have to assemble it and then glaze. It's really close. Um, and I might could have avoided that. And now that I look at it, the head really wasn't in the way of much of anything. Just one horn, maybe. And it was really easy to paint the head, especially with it being detached and being able to dry brush the horns. And I got a really good horn look um, by doing that. I have a 4K camera, really nice camera, but it just does not want to focus up close. Um, I really need to do something with that face though, work on the contrast. It's too dark, needs highlights, and it just needs work. And I get no benefit from attaching it beforehand. If the matching is the only problem, then I can kind of do that now. Honestly, it might end up just being a light glaze that goes over the entire thing when I do have it attached. So we'll see. Well, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Um, and this is really rotten luck that I have to do this as soon as somebody jumps on. But I have to take about a 7 or 8 minute break, um, and I will be right back. But I have to pull dad duty for a few minutes. Hey, were you the guy earlier that commented on you had done a diorama with your kid? That was you, wasn't it? Um, yeah. So I had walked over to help her with something, and I didn't see the comment until I had gotten back. Um, and I started talking to you, but I was asking to post it, and then I don't know if you stuck around long enough to see. I turned on the camera, and she's been working on some stuff too. She's been having a ball. Like I left, she left a horse toy in the yard the other week, and I hit it with the lawnmower, and we've been fixing that with clay and just some other neat little things. But anyway, she's at the neighbor's, and I have to go check on her real quick. So, oh, that wasn't you? Okay. Well, anyway, cool, man. Well, if you're around when I get back, about 7 or 8 minutes, I'll catch up with you some more. So, thanks for joining the stream. Okay. Got to check in on them every now and again. I got a once every 6 hour policy. I make sure that I leave stale bread by her I mean her room. Um, Dad duties come first. That's right. Okay. So, I got it. Really? Oh, okay. Why is it so dry in here? Like the light or something is blaring. It's like at a weird angle. I'm gonna give this another varnish. See where we stand. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Yeah, that's probably close enough to go ahead and mount him. Maybe one more coat of red. Thinner glaze, maybe. Oh, let's. Have you played a run game with D&D? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I get in the zone sometimes. You wearing me. In any case, I think that some of the roughness comes off for the grid mark setting. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it, and I've thought about a few different variations of how I might want to try that. And he's not finished. He's probably only about 50%. But yeah, it does seem like it goes through phases of and I've seen things that are purposely painted with that rough look. I saw something, I'm trying to remember what it was, like a week ago, and a guy had painted a non-metallic metal sword, um, but he left like these really rough hash marks around the edge of the blade. It was like black lined, and then these hash marks were made over it, and like the the colors to create the effect, and that was really neat. It was rough, but it was obvious that it was a purposeful look. Um, yeah, yes, I have played D&D. It's been a while since I've played. I do enjoy it. I was actually trying to get up in a few different circumstances lately to play a game. Um, sorry. But yeah, things just kept not working out. And then I tried to host a game for some buddies of mine on Discord, but um, I don't know, man. You need a dedicated group of guys to get on, and these guys just they kept falling through so often that I just got annoyed with them and said, if they could take it seriously, I didn't want to do it. And they still play it. Like four or five of them are actually in the same city, and they get together and play physically. So yeah, they're not missing out. And there's some local games here that I've tried to get up and play. It's just kind of hard to get into a group sometimes, and believe it or not, D&D people tend to be a little introverted. It's such a game that's like not introverted, but it tends to be introverted people. So it's not the easiest thing to find a game or find people. Like I'll even meet and talk to people who play D&D, and I met a guy a couple weeks ago and then saw him again yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, how's that D&D group going?" He's like, "Oh man, it's going good." He's like, "It's pretty full group though. We got not much people playing." Which that's the same thing he told me last time. Like the group's so big is that they don't get through enough content, so they're not gonna bring any more people in. I was like, well, last time I was like, well, I'm looking to host a game. Been hearing that, and just everybody's so shy about it. And, it is weird getting to know new people, but yeah. So I just don't live in a place where I can easily do an in-person game. Um, but I do have Discord and things like that, and yeah, I'd be. Um, and I have some friends that get on Discord and play. Um, there are possibilities to do that, but yeah. Yeah, I actually don't mind it. Um I enjoy playing the role, but um I don't know, it takes a lot of time to come up with campaigns and ideas and all that stuff and set it up and study up and you know, I'm not going to go through that trouble for someone or group of people that won't go through the trouble to even just like I'm not asking them to prepare in advance. Like all you got to do is show up. And they asked me to do it. They were like, "Yeah, we want to do it. If you host them, we will come." But I'm being a little unfair to them too, because they're a group of my friends, and a couple of them had just moved. It was just a bad time, so there's all kinds of stuff going on. I'm not just trying to say they were slack or whatever, but yeah, I just they were kind of too nice to be like, yeah, we still want to do it, but things are in turmoil right now, and we're not going to be able to meet regularly. Um, and eventually, I just got tired of like, you know, people not showing up or them wanting to change it all the time. I mean, if it takes you 3 or 4 months to go through one or two campaigns, then you know. Um, I really feel like we're like right there. Um, as far as the color matching, which I don't know why I'm trying to get it so perfect. Um, it can be as long as it's close. And I'm not really going to be able to tell until I varnish it again, so as soon as that red on top dries, I'll re-varnish. Maybe ready to try to connect him. I don't think so. Mold line's probably going to drive me crazy. And I'm not ready for this. What do I need to paint that this might interfere with? Let's turn it around the right way. What is left to paint? I was probably going to try to do non-metallic metal um, on this black metal parts, which means that I'm gonna have to highlight it with gray. And there are, plus when I did the black, I was just looking to kind of pop it out and make it contrast. I can already see places where it just needs to be kind of touched up. So I need to make some notes on what's left on this guy. Once you start getting close to the end, I found it helps to get organized a little bit better. um, uh, um, so I'm gonna rebase the black paint, um, do a mid gray highlight, um, and then probably edge highlight. Um, I need to also decide what optional pieces I want, um, if any. I kind of loathe some of the optional pieces that they include, especially if they're small and easy to break off here. There's some small horns that are optional that go on the head. They don't really add anything for me. I'm going to leave them off. There's a couple skulls that are supposed to dangle from different places. Um, one, I think, is to dangle from here. And then there's another one that I believe comes off one side of the hips or something. I have to look, double check. There's a few pieces I just have no idea where they go or what they're for. Um, this has some kind of face etched into it, but I'm not really sure what it is. Oh, It's maybe some kind of guard or something that goes on top of the wing at some place. Oh, at some point, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. So there is a piece that we have no idea what it is. And I mean, I'm not just being flippant. Like, I've looked at the instructions pretty thoroughly. No idea. Um, there is another piece, and I'm not a big fan of these D&D frameworks. I mean, I had one run just had 2 years. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating at times, man. If you can find a good group, people that are really into it, it's a lot of fun. But it's no fun, waiting around on people that don't show up. I would have this one friend, man, and I don't dislike the guy, but stuff gets on your nerves after a while, like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I'll be back online in a few," and then you'll wait like an hour and never show back up. Um, so anyway, you just gotta set your boundaries, and um, I'm sure there's guys online who host enough. Like, and for instance, those guys that I'm talking about, kind of ragging on them here. I kind of feel bad, but they play enough D&D that my offering to run a game for them is only attractive because the guy who's DMing the other games gets tired of doing it sometimes. Um, like they are in no need for like someone to play more D&D with them. So, you know what I mean? Like, um, it's a little bit desperate. It's nice for putting a good number of her family. Oh, that sounds cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, she sounds like a keeper. But she also sounds like an ex, so screw her. uh, but yeah, yeah, it's nice to find friends. Like I had a lot more friends too, but um, I can't say that. The same people that I knew when I was younger are still around and able and probably willing to play, but I don't know, it's just a different world. I think nowadays you kind of need to be ready to let people play virtually and just I don't. There's not really a need to have people in person anymore. To be honest. Yeah, really, yeah, it is, man. Well, um, I should have my Discord posted, but if I don't, I'll be glad to give it out, man. If you want to play some D&D every now and again, I've gotten a few people recently that, um, just through the stream, seem like they'd be down to do stuff like that every now and again. I've already invited a few people to the Discord and they'd come in and hang out. Um, which I've got a private Discord that I've been in for years with me and my friends, and one I was going to do publicly for the channel. Kind of finding it hard when to know when to have that divide of when to give out which. I think I'm just going to combine them all into one. One thing I'm worried about is like um, there's like I don't know. I need to I guess figure out what the standard policy is for people who host like public discords and um, how you monitor and keep people from going crazy and saying offensive things and stuff in there. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I guess I was talking about all these extra pieces to this that like what even are they? This is a pile of skulls and it's pretty self-explanatory. But the rest of the stuff is like um, there was an optional sword. This one was supposed to have like a lightning and storm cloud coming off of it. It just to me seems so busy. Like you can see the artwork up there. It's like it doesn't really go with anything else in the miniature. It's just this like this blue thing over to the right that just kind of clashes. This kind of looks like it's all one model and works together to me a lot better than this lightning and light blue like sword over here. Um, I don't get it. I mean, even Balors have to dress to impress. You know what I mean? Got to do some color coordinating before they leave the house. Never know when you need to have offspring. You know, you might find a bunch of succubuses, succubi. I'm not up on my politically correct demon and devil terminology. Uh, oh yes, I was making my notes here. Let me finish that real quick. Let me touch up the bone. And the lowest part of the sword still needs to be of course assembly, but that's um, so there's a few places on the bone that I've neglected. Rebase the black, mid-tone, mid-gray highlight, edge highlight, then huh, there was one more thing I knew. It'll come to me. Um, maybe the black first? No, not the black first. Probably the highest of all the surfaces. I don't mean the bone. Oh, okay, we got the sword, the bone. Sword can stay until last. Okay, we're gonna touch up some of the bone. And then the black metal. And then I think we're ready for assembly. Let's see. Bone. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to generate. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. You taking off? Really cool catching up. I could be interested in the Discord D&D. Unfortunately, I can't make him take part. I'd hate to be one of those people. That's peace out, man. I'll be sure to check in on some other streams. Cool. Awesome. It was really nice meeting you today, bro. Okay. Back to the grind. Um, okay. There's this bone. Hey, if you're just joining the stream, how's it going? Okay, well, need to fix the bottom of this so that this will fit flush. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. If I can answer any questions or you want to see anything up close, um, just let me know. Glad to give you a little preview of what I've been working on. Just kind of finished up trying to color blend this head a little bit. Oh man. What do you guys think? Definitely have a bit of a color change. Though, to be fair, I don't see it as easily on camera. What is that? Get off of my miniature, you damned white speck of something. What is that? Let me use this scraper to get it off. Hmm. Oh, what are you? Why are you on my miniature demon? Okay. I guess we're gonna go ahead and put the head on there, man. I am not going to use cement at first. Well, guys, I mean, I could turn back now, but geez, I just touched it with the glue. What's wrong with me? Well, guys, it's starting to look like something. Really wasn't looking like much before. I have not been able to keep this palette wet today. Hmm. Where is my Titan buff? Or ivory? Ugh, not that much. I'm just kind of trying to just frame the face a little bit better. Um, Knock these just a little white on the teeth here. Of course, these I have to take some darkening. I'll end up hitting those with a dark brown near the base and blend it towards the front. Yeah, that's going to need some work. Yeah, I'm not ready to do this work. My paint's not blended, matched up correctly. No one's watching. It might be a good time to end the stream for now. I'll be jumping back on in a little bit. I don't know what my daughter painted with this, but I'm pulling old dried paint out of it for 2 weeks. Okay, well, is anyone viewing? Well, guys, if you've enjoyed the content, if you want to watch as I finish up this Balor here, we still have a little bit of work to do. I made some notes earlier. We'll be finishing up the bone here that I just missed for whatever reason. I didn't paint it at all. Then we'll rebase coat on the black parts. We will add some subtle highlights to those, maybe even using a dry brush. And actually, more probably using a dry brush. And then we will edge highlight, which dry brush, the midtones, which will happen before that, maybe after, I don't know. Sword assembly. I feel like I can paint this pretty well, like this, but putting it on the base would make it a beast. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Okay, guys. Well, join me next time. If you're watching on Twitch, give me a follow, guys, so you'll know next time I'm streaming. If you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy the content, like and subscribe, man. Leave some comments on the videos. Let me know what you like, what you dislike, and honestly, even if you just say hey, it helps YouTube know that these videos are something that people enjoy and would like to see again. So that's my call to action. We appreciated your patronage and your support, and we'll see you next time.